So, we're going to do reoccurring segment that I love that lets me reference one of the most influential people in my sports career, Mr. Leon Carter. Shout out to you and your sports checks. Sports checks was a deal that we had to do when we were going through the internships at the Sports Journalism Institute. And they continue to do outstanding work. And the reason that I want to do that segment now is because with all the NBA free agency hoopla and Brendan Walker's flip commitment, I bet you missed that Last Chance U coach, Independence Community College coach Jason Brown, caught 4 felony counts of blackmail, 4 felony counts of identity theft, and 2 counts of misdemeanor criminal false communication. Don't act like you're surprised. Now, it gets better, because this dude who had, well, we'll get to the Hitler bit in a moment, but this dude that was really the villain in last season's Last Chance U, and I'm looking forward to this season's Last Chance U, because apparently Netflix is still going to air it, as Jason Brown is no longer in a job, and Jason Brown has caught all the charges. This dude posed as an attorney from the Johnnie Cochran Law Firm in California, which was, yes, founded by the famed defense attorney Johnnie Cochran. And Jason Brown thought it was wise to allegedly send a cease and desist email to the local newspaper, the Chronicle and Reporter, after the paper published an editorial about a fight involving his team. Brown allegedly said in the email regarding their coverage, "I am your new Hitler," to one of his German players, which I'm sure some of you heard about, and is definitely not the way to go about your business and is a fireable offense. The Chronicle is a bunch of news reporters, and the first thing you learn as a reporter is that everything is BS until you prove it. So, the Chronicle did what I would do, which is question the authenticity of the emails, and then they gave them to the popos. And the popos did what any one of us would do, which is track your IP address, and the IP address is tracked back to emails set up by Jason Brown, who reportedly used the same address and then made a fake domain to the Cochran Law Firm. I need a live PD episode where police are just posted up outside Jason Brown's house like they are other folks. Because how bad do you have to be at being a criminal if you think sending fake cease and desist letters, posing as an attorney from Johnnie Cochran's law firm, ain't going to get you found out?
Is that still around?
Right. And it very much is.
Okay.
But more to the point, Jason Brown, let me be the first to tell you, you ain't OJ, and they don't love you like that. Matter of fact, there were more people that flat out hated that dude after watching last season than felt any kind of, it's like, hey man, take the coaching. This generation is soft. What? You I don't care who you are. You're not going to call my child MFer and expect to just go on about life like that. And most of those kids didn't have anybody to advocate for them. Which is why everybody really liked Miss LaTanya. Like, you like Miss Pinkert. Because she felt like the only person who saw those kiddos on a regular basis who was pulling for them and who was trying to pull the best out of them. This is why everybody fell in love with Miss Brittany out of East Mississippi Community College. And she's doing the Lord's work. Because in that arena, where many of those kids don't actually have another place to go, don't have another place to turn, that knowledge is being used against them, and they're being exploited so that they can play football and win games, so that their coaches can either be like Buddy out of East Mississippi and continue to control their fiefdom as they see fit, or be like Jason Brown trying to move on to the next job because he thinks he's a capable recruiter. And if being a capable recruiter means just yelling at kids and letting Malik Henry redesign your offense because you don't actually know what you're doing as an offensive coach, I don't think anybody would want to be called a recruiter if that's what it is. And that's not what it is. Recruiting is simply, hey, did you send a text? Did you make a phone call? Did you remind a kiddo that you value them as a person, and that you are trying to convince them and their parents that they're worth more than playing football. I never felt that way about what Jason Brown was doing in the way that he was portrayed on Last Chance U, and now we have further evidence that they didn't leave out the good parts. They gave that dude everything he wanted, full blast, and every other word was him being from Compton. Yeah, okay. Well, apparently being from Compton does not mean that you're not going to make some Compton-like mistakes. Because as cool as that place is, and as many good people as have come out of there, I'm sure that right now they can't wait to disown you. Because I would be embarrassed that you would claim me. And I was embarrassed for the kiddos that came through, because now people have to really see what they are up against when they went to Independence Community College to play football for him. And the kiddos that made it out of there still get my applause. Tremonda Moore didn't make it at Oklahoma either, but he went through there, man. There's a lot of other kiddos that went through there that just didn't get an opportunity, maybe because of their own, because they made mistakes, but maybe it's because Jason Brown was doing this Jason Brown type noise the whole time. Lighting cigars, driving his Cadillac onto the field, and yelling obscenities at people. Like, I don't know about you, but the moment that your boss or your coach started claiming to be anything like a Nazi is the day that you need to quit and you need to find something else to do, because there ain't going to be no good in that situation. And I can only imagine, like, Patrick, if you were that player, you're German, and you're here to play football in Kansas, and a dude yelled that at you because he was mad at you, and that's the dude that brought you over here?
Well, again, and these are guys who didn't have a lot of options. And you really don't. You talked about, hey, get out, but some of those guys didn't have an out to get to.
No, I mean the German dude.
Yeah, I mean, and just the way he acted. Yeah, to be that guy. I mean, that has to make you sick. And you watch the show, and you sometimes you think, oh, that's just a caricature. This guy's playing a role for the camera, but it's like, no, he really is that guy.
Right. And that's the part that is so terribly upsetting, is because, you got really great people in coaching. Outstanding people in coaching at every level, in every sport. But you still do have these dudes. And the reason that we care is because a Netflix documentary, or a company that Netflix bought the rights to their documentary from, decided to put their cameras on this guy. What happens if nobody cared to put their cameras on Jason Brown? That is why we love journalism, or at least we should. Because that's the goal, you know? That's the reason the Open Records Act exists. That is the reason that the Sunshine Laws exist. That is the reason why I applaud the folks at the Chronicle and Record for just not taking this as face value and going, you know what? Let's see what other lies you're telling. Because we're not going to let this slide. We're not going to let this slide. However, I am still looking forward to seeing what chicanery went down, what shenanigans went down in Last Chance U, and maybe they will have some kind of a different, or maybe an epilogue, because you got to believe this is going to rock whatever it is they hope to drop in July.